Hey y'all, welcome back. Miss Glass here. We're talking again about types of sentences. So we've already learned about simple sentences, and today we are going to learn about compound sentences. All right, so like we said, we already learned about simple sentences, which are one independent clause, and we had 4 formulas for simple sentences. Independent clause, remember, is a complete sentence. It can include infinitives and prepositions, but an independent clause is one simple sentence. Okay, today we're learning about compound sentences, and compound sentences have 2 independent clauses. So that's how they're different from simple sentences. Okay, moving right along. We have 3 formulas for compound sentences. Again, if we were in school live, I would ask you to say these out loud. So you may want to repeat them to yourself. The formulas are I, comma, CI, I, semicolon, I, and I, semicolon, CA, comma, I. We are going to go over all of the information that's in those compound sentences. But for today, we're really just looking at how do you know the difference between a compound sentence and a simple sentence. So let's take a look at some simple sentences that we have here, or excuse me, some example sentences. The young men and women met at the station and went to the protest. So if we identify subjects and verbs in this sentence, met, who met. Oh, we have that word and in there. We don't want to ignore that. Another verb is went. So they met and went. Who met and went? The young men and women. So remember in our formula for simple sentences, if you have S and S, that just counts as 2 subjects. And then V and V, that counts as 2 verbs. So the formula for this sentence is just SSVV. That makes it a simple sentence. If we look at another sentence, the men met at the station and the women went to the protest. If we start identifying our subjects and verbs, we see that we have the same verb met. Who met? The men. And then we have that word and after our subject and verb. And then we have another verb, went to the protest. Who went? The women went. So now, instead of having S and S, V and V, we have SV and SV. That means that we have 2 separate independent clauses, which means we have a compound sentence. So let's look at some examples together. Mitch and Julie went to McDonald's and ate French fries. We always want to find our verbs first. They went and ate. So who went? Mitch and Julie went and ate. So again, we have SSVV. That's going to be our formula, and that is a simple sentence formula. If we look at our next sentence, Andre and Kayla saw Nick at the carnival and they said hello. Our first verb is saw. Our second verb is said. Notice we have they said and who saw? Kayla and Andre. Notice that word and is in the middle here. So we have SSV, SV. That tells us that we have 2 independent clauses to make a compound sentence. Okay, so now you're gonna go on in MyMCPS and identify simple verse compound sentences. And I'll see you back here for the next video.